mess.
So am I. It's fine.
It's fine.
Hello.
Hey.
If our AC is too loud in the background, just let us know and we'll turn it off. But it's it's just kind of hot today, which is why like my chest hair's out and everything. But
shoulders out.
yeah, as we move into summer, you guys will rapidly learn that Barry does not tolerate heat and prefers to exist with as little clothing as possible. So,
guns out every day. Sun's out, guns out. Thread.
Yeah. From now until let's see, it's late-ish April now.
October.
Yeah, from now until like October, I will probably be in a tank top every week because I don't tolerate heat.
Sure. Anyway, hi everybody.
Hello.
How about that episode? I'm a mess. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, I think your hair looks nice. I like the curl.
Thank you. I should have given myself more time to blow dry it, but I didn't do that.
I think it looks pretty.
Thanks. Anyway, hey y'all. We're gonna give it another 30 minutes or 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
We have 30 seconds of us talking about our heat tolerance and hair.
Listen. Oh jeez. All right. Just give people time to come in.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of people in the chat, but it's saying that we've only got one watching.
YouTube. Anyway. Okay. So, let's get started. So, at the top of this episode, again, we got asked to talk about the episode playlist. So,
Woody, do not start. Go lay down.
Woodrow.
Please.
Calm down.
Sir, okay.
Bro.
Come here.
Sorry.
Mom will be home soon, I promise. Everybody say hi to Woody. He just got a haircut. He's very handsome.
Oh, jeez. He's stupid.
I'm going to go take you to bed. You're going to lay down.
His head is full of cotton fluff. Oh, jeez. But yeah, we got asked to talk about the episode playlist, which was extra long this week because, oh boy, this episode.
And it was a long-ass episode, too.
Yeah, it was a long episode. Yeah. The end of the season was just, it was a long couple of episodes.
Well, which we did tell
Yeah.
you guys about, but
yeah. So we started it off with, if anybody doesn't follow the episode playlist, they're on our official Spotify account, Compelled Duel at Spotify. This episode's playlist was Remember My Name by Mitski, Ashley by Halsey, Alibis by Mariana Trench, Porcelain by Mariana Trench, The Beacon by A Fine Frenzy, Grow As We Go by Ben Platt, Gun in My Hand by Dorothy, and Love, Love, Love by Mountain Goats. Whew.
So Remember My Name was a Fee song because I remember that we had aligned that with like the first scene because we don't go strictly in chronological order with the episode playlist, but we try to keep it as close as we can.
Yeah. Remember My Name was a big Fee song. Remember My Name, I think I have on my personal Fabine playlist, if I remember correctly. It's a lot. It's a lot. The whole sentiment of the chorus of I need something bigger than the sky, hold it in my arms and know it's mine. How many stars will I have to hang around me to find something? How did she raise it? Something like heaven. Very Fee chord. Oh, geez. And then Ashley, I think we put on there because it could work for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me pull up the lyrics to Ashley by Halsey to just
I mean, the Leo sentiment that I attached to it was the apart from my beating heart, it's a muscle, but it's still not strong enough to carry the weight of these choices I've made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first verse was very Fee core for me for standing now in the mirror that I built myself, and I can't remember why the decision wasn't mine, but it seems that I'm only clinging to an idea now.
Yeah, and then I feel like the second verse and the second like chorus is more like Leo aligned. So that was one for both of them.
Yeah. And then both of these Mariana Trench songs. Tell us about the Mariana Trench songs, Barry.
I feel like that's just a common comp dual sentiment. That's a common comp dual sentiment. Is just tell us, Dark Barry, tell us about the Forbidden M Trench songs. Alibis has been on my Leo playlist since before we started recording.
Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a lot of Leo gender feelings as well as
Gender songs written by cis people.
Yeah, it has a lot of Leo gender feelings, and it also has a lot of Leo mental illness feelings. Yeah. But actually, yeah, let me...
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull it up?
I've got it.
Okay.
The fucking line that I could spill my guts out wearing my best little girl pout is,
In 3 years, remember this moment and take a shot for every Barry PC that has as alibis by Mariana Stretch on their playlist.
I do my best. Sometimes I project on my characters.
I know. Come back to me in a year, listeners.
And yeah, just the chorus is that this is not the man I hope to be, and I'm just trying to stop the bleeding. I don't know how to word it. I just started to deserve it, and all my faces are alibis, and me, I'm half the man I wanted to be. Like, that's where Leo's at right now. Leo's self-perception is getting really, really fucked. Yeah.
So true, Leo. And then we had Porcelain as the next one, which you said very loudly was a Leo Zed song.
Oh, yeah. And again, like that's another one that's been on my Leo Zed playlist since before we started recording. And now that Leo Zed are like starting to get their shit together, I can actually... Yeah, like I can actually use a bunch of the Leo Zed songs that I've had forever now because they're finally fucking starting to get their shit together.
Yeah.
But the slow and simple melody of Tears You Cannot Keep From Me, it's okay if you don't know what you need. It's a big Leo Zed song for me. Big.
Yikes.
And then The Beacon was just a Fabine song again. Yeah. That's another one. Like a bunch of these songs we've had from the jump. Like we've had since before we started recording episode 1. Well, not so much with the Fabine because I didn't know you were going to latch onto Fabine really hard.
But since episode 5.
Yeah. Fun fact, that Fine Frenzy song is part of the reason that I ended up calling The Beacon The Beacon.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Just because I was like, oh, I can make this work thematically really, really well.
Let's pull up the lyrics of The Beacon by a Fine Frenzy. Typing noises.
You were a child, forgot lessons of love untaught, and now no embrace can't quite replace the one that never found you. Yeah,
that's Fabine. Also, just the chorus is very Fabine chord. Just burning beacon. Or why am I trying to sing it? Not singing it. Burning beacon in the night, can't feel its heat or see its lights. That single solitary guide, it must get lonely there sometimes.
And the sentiment of like, let me stand by you, the honor is mine. It's Fabine core to a very large degree.
We had a lot of feelings about Fabine this episode.
Grow As We Go is another really, like, let me tell you guys a story. Again, we've talked about this in multiple Q&As. Barry does not cry easily.
Yeah.
The day after we recorded this episode, I was in my car going to do something. I think I was going to the bank.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what I was doing that day, but I had Ben Platt on shuffle, as I do.
Yeah.
Because I've said before, Ben Platt is my headcanon Leo voice because Leo can canonically sing.
Yeah.
And I pulled into the fucking parking lot at... Yeah, I was going to the bank because I went to the bank that's in Vaughn's. And I pulled into the parking lot at Vaughn's and I just cried for like 5 minutes. Yeah. And there was a middle-aged white lady in a Suburban that pulled up next to me while I was in the parking lot at Vaughn's at 7:30 in the morning with tears running down my face, listening to Grow As We Go. And she just looked at me and was like, "You good, dude?" Aww. Silently through our windows. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then I got my shit and I went in and I went to the bank. But
I'm so fond of you. Oh, jeez.
But yeah, who said it's true that the growing only happens on their own? They don't know me and you. I don't think you have to leave. If it changes what you need, you can change right next to me. Like, that's just the fucking sentiment of Leo Zed.
That's Leo Zed. That's their whole arc.
Yeah.
Man. Lots of things to say about Leo Zed.
I'm sorry that you guys cried. I'm sorry that you guys cried at Grow As We Go, but at least I did too.
Yeah. Lots of things to say about Leo Zed. Oh, Gun in My Hand is a fee song.
Yeah.
Both lyrics.
Because that was the Fee song, like, coming up on the end of the episode, and the big cliffhanger and everything, and, like, addressing the fact that she doesn't want to be in this position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, just every line of the song, man. Specifically, let's talk about why did love put a knife in my heart? Why did love open up my scars? Why did love put a knife in my heart, in my bed, in my head, in my heart?
Yeah, that was just basically our thematic approach to Fee wholeheartedly being like, hey, I hate this.
Song's about being the golden child. Like,
and then Love, Love, Love
was for both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the things you do for love are going to come back for you one by one. Like, I mean, and there's a verse in the song that I'm not going to be able to quote without thinking about it, so I got to look it up. Is it the first one? The King Saul fell on a sword when it all went wrong?
No, it's the song near the end of the song, or the verse near the end. Love is going to lead you by the hand into a white and soundless place. Now we see things as in a mirror dimly, then we shall see each other face to face.
Yeah, and I thought it was really fun to end the playlist on, like, if you listen to Love, Love, Love by the Mountain Goats, it's such a soft and melodic and beautiful song.
Yeah.
With, like,
and
absolute
lyrics are fucking brutal.
Oh, the lyrics fucking haul your guts out through your mouth. Like, it is bad.
Yeah.
And it's just this, like, really soft, melodic, beautiful song. And I really liked that kind of, because I'm one of those people where my autism makes me make music videos in my head to every creative thing that I do, which is why I make so many playlists. Yeah. But I loved the juxtaposition of, like, the horribly violent ending of the episode and, like, Leo just, like, fucking falling to the ground and screaming and then casting that 4th level blight with the soft, beautiful melodic tones of Love, Love, Love playing over it. Yeah, I was really into that, and I had a really detailed music video in my head for it. Yeah. But
so that was the playlist.
Yeah.
Woof. They're not all going to be this long now that Fee and Leo are back together. Disclaimer. No, they're not all going to be 8 songs long, but
21 is 6 songs. Yeah, but that's because it's all combat and it's a short episode. So
yeah, we just had a lot to get through on this one. Okay, so ooh, this is a good one. Okay, somebody asked, in the episode, the Stormbringer told Fee no one ever got anywhere without working for it, which is exactly what Kimmerl said to Leo after everything happened in Estromyth. So, like, what's up with that?
There sure is something up with it.
It sure was exactly what Kimmerl said in that episode, huh? It sure was word for word the same thing.
Which, I mean, like, you guys are gonna parse this out eventually, but I mean, like, it's already been established that Kimmerl and the Stormbringer were 2 deities of the same religion at some point.
Yep.
There are connections.
There sure are connections.
Have fun finding them.
Yeah. Anyone who spots the parallels and emails them to us before the start of the season gets a preview. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. That's not true. Maybe we'll send we'll send you a cookie. I don't know. Oh, jeez. But yeah, that was an intentional parallel. There are a few of them. Yep. And it very intentionally was the exact same thing that Kimmerl said to Leo, but we can't.
You had to go back in the episode and find the line.
Yep, because I wanted to do the exact same line for reasons that we can't tell you yet.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
But yeah, for whoever caught that, good job.
Good job.
Sure was the exact same thing.
Sure was. And then somebody asked, what made Leo and Zed finally have a conversation about their relationship?
Well, they had a conversation about their relationship, but it just wasn't a good
conversation.
Yeah. It wasn't much of.
I mean, Zed came to the conclusion in the bar that he needed to do something to resolve the Leo situation. And then he decided on a course of action while he was drunk. And then he got hit with the sudden sobriety of a man being hit in the head with a hammer, labeled "Your crush's sister is here to ruin his plans."
And maybe kill him.
So he had a smart moment and actually decided to put his feelings into words.
Yeah, and I think, like, with Leo, Leo was trying to put his feelings into words before, but it came out very badly.
Yeah.
Because Leo's relationship with his own feelings of attachment and love for people is complicated, and therefore it didn't come out really great in 16.
Yeah.
Whereas Leo could have just said in 16, like, I want this to be more than a business relationship, but that would mean being vulnerable.
Yep.
Whereas I feel like at the point where they had that conversation, Leo was able to get over that point of contention because he was like, I am already so vulnerable right now. Like, yeah. I'm not going to get much more vulnerable than this. I might just actually say what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. And I think a big part of it too was that, like, I think he's kind of at a point where he's so scared of losing Zed to his own bullshit.
Yeah.
Because literally Zed is the only good thing he has left in his life. Like, that's it. And I mean, he brings that up to Kimmerl, like, during their conversation later in the episode, where he's like, I get one fucking good thing in my life, and somebody comes along to try to ruin it. And so, like, I think he's just prioritizing it more now because he kind of got the wake up call that, like, oh, this is the last good thing you have, dog. Like, yeah. Like, don't fuck it up. Yeah.
I think also the situation in general kind of made Zed realize, okay, we have to have a conversation. Like, Zed, as he said in, I think, episode 14, is very accustomed to the idea of hitting rock bottom. He's done it before. He'll do it again. And he's really good at figuring out what to do with other people in the situation.
Yeah. And really, I think that conversation, and I think especially the exchange of, like, I keep fucking up, why are you still waiting around for me to get it right? And then I guess you're worth waiting for. Like, I think hands down that is when Leo realized that he's in love with Zed.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was 100% the moment where it was like, oh, fuck, I am, like, deeply in love with this person. Like, yeah.
Sorry, gamers, I have constantly playing with my hair disease. Somebody said they like my shirt. Thank you. Okay, then we got asked, can we hear some more about Fee and Sabine's dynamic? So
we love them is the thing.
We love them.
We love them. How slow burn they are compared to every relationship that Leo has is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. Sabine, slow burn for real. I don't think, like, Leo Zed's gonna have some twists and turns. I think the last Leo Zed curveball we throw is late season 2, but, like, Sabine don't get their shit together until late season 2.
And Fee gets, we've said that Fecule is most likely going to be real unless things go very, 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 very badly.
Yeah.
Fee gets a little more of a fast burn in season 2 as well.
Yeah. But, like, Sabine very much is just love at first sight. Not going to talk about it for a year.
Or longer.
Just, it's very funny. Like,
well, and I mean, like, the plot had some bearing on that, I think. Like, I think things with them would have moved a little faster if Sabine had been around.
Yeah, and
for most of season 1.
2 wasn't happening how it's happening. I love every WLW in the chat just yelling. So true.
But, I mean, their dynamic is very near and dear to my heart, though, because it is two people that fundamentally, like, just don't fucking trust people ever.
Yeah.
That trust each other implicitly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, the fact that oh god, and the fucking thing you did in, I think it was episode 13, where I asked you, like, how Fee was relating all of this stuff she was experiencing with the Stormbringer, and you said, I think she thinks about Sabine, and I think she thinks about someone that's trying to bring the truth to people against insurmountable odds, and I was like, oh, that's
true love.
That's true love. Yeah,
that's true love, baby. Sabine is just, like, the second Sabine got introduced, I was like, oh, that's Fee's endgame. I'm gonna push for this with all my goddamn might.
Which, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It surprised me, but I'm really glad. I'm really happy with how it all turned out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like when it was like well and truly settled for me was the conversation they had in episode 7, where like Sabine just unprompted as an agent of a secret society who could very easily be executed for sedition was just like, no, I'm gonna tell the Grand Duchess exactly what's going on because I think she deserves to know. I was like,
and that was her whole rationale. Like
Yep.
that's Sabine's relationship with the truth is very different from a lot of other Beacon operatives that we are going to meet. And I think it's because Sabine, when I designed the Beacon, I kind of designed it around Sabine.
Yeah.
And Sabine's character design is kind of the truest to the ideals of the Beacon, where it is just she cares about the truth.
Yeah.
And she thinks that people deserve to know the truth.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fact that she really did like put her neck on the chopping block for this person that she had recently met to be like, you've been lied to a lot and you seem like a good person and you deserve to know the truth. Yeah, so...
And also, I think that was, like, the moment where... Because I've said before that Fee's character arc is a lot about how she doesn't trust people easily. And, like, to an extent, at that point in season 1, I would say there was no one who she trusted unreservedly. Like, even Fen, she was sitting there like, okay,
well, I mean, she didn't fucking tell Fen anything for like almost the entire season.
Yeah, like her whole idea of Fen at that point was, I love Fen. Fen is loyal to his family before me. Fen is loyal to the crown before me. Fen, if I was in exactly the wrong situation and I gave Fen exactly the wrong information, he might sell me out. Was kind of where Fee was at,
or get killed, I mean, because at that point she had watched Soren die.
Well, not in episode 7.
Yeah,
but that entered into her mind after episode 9, and that like kind of was her rationale for a lot of the rest of their dynamic in the season.
Mm-hmm.
But like at that point, she was just like, I love Fen. I don't know if I trust Fen to not wittingly or unwittingly sell me out and like fuck this up.
Like, and and a lot of her shit with Kalesa was that way too. But the only difference was that like Kalesa was sort of not willing to accept it, but Kalesa kind of understood the lack of trust and where it was coming from, and just kind of backed off. Yeah, while still being supportive. Yeah. Whereas Fen was like, "No, you need to talk to me."
Yeah. And I think a lot of it was like that kind of went both ways. Where Fee was like, okay, I don't trust anybody and nobody trusts me, was kind of where Fee was at in episode 7. And then Sabine unprompted.
Okay, like, Taylor Swift. That's a literal Taylor Swift lyric.
I don't know because I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Cringe. Anyway.
That's not the most cringe thing about me.
I know.
But
I'm fully kidding. But yeah, and it was very much... She went into that conversation in episode 7 with like that being her mental state, and just and then Sabine unprompted was just like, yeah, so here's information that you could very easily ruin my entire life with. That
I have just met you and I love you.
Yeah, that I am giving you because you deserve it.
Sabine's love language. Sabine's love language is trading dark state secrets.
Yeah. And I think that was kind of the moment where Fee was just like, I think Fee went into their relationship very eyes open of like, Sabine lies habitually to a lot of people. Sabine keeps a lot of secrets. When the chips are down, I know that Sabine is going to tell me the truth because I deserve to know the truth. Like that was where she was coming from for a lot of their dynamic. And I was just like,
yeah, well, I mean, and a lot of how Sabine relates to people, it comes down to like people that she thinks deserve to know the truth and people that she maybe doesn't think that about. Yeah, which like that's kind of Sabine gets a lot more morally gray as the series goes on, but like,
and I love that about her.
Yeah, Sabine's relationship with the truth is like it informs so much of how she relates to everybody, and we will see that later in season 2 a lot. And like we will see her change her relationships with people because of her like level of importance that she places on the actual truth of things. So like Sabine gets way more interesting in season 2 because we kind of had to.
She's already interesting, but she gets a little weirder.
Yeah, she gets a lot more character development in season 2 because just unfortunately with the way everything played out, she kind of got put on the back burner for a lot of season 1 because like after episode 9 after episode 11, she was like out of there for like half the season. So
yeah. But yeah, I just think Fabine. I just think Fabine. Okay. Somebody asked, who's watching Lorelai while all this is happening?
Adore.
Fucking what?
Yeah. There's no other Beacon operatives in Gimtarum, dog. Sabine has one person in Gimtarum that she has good rapport with. There's no other They're alone in that safe house. There's no other Beacon operatives in Gimtarum.
I'm losing my mind.
Who else is she going to leave her with?
I don't know. Is there somebody else in the safe house?
No, I said, like last time, there's nobody else at the safe house.
God damn. I didn't know this. If nobody got that from me yelling.
Sabine has one person that she trusts enough to babysit her adopted teenager.
God.
And the reason she trusts him enough to do it is it's like, I know where you live, I know where you work, I know enough to ruin you. Take care of this child for like 8 hours. I'll be back.
Lorelai and Courage, take him, Tarum.
So true.
Oh, I feel insane. As someone in the chat pointed out, also Adore is gay and therefore trustworthy. I'm losing my mind. God, okay.
There's nobody else that can watch her.
Yeah.
There's nobody else. She's the only Beacon operative in Gimtarum right now.
Yeah.
The only other person that could even feasibly be there in Gimtarum right now is Defiance.
That's true.
And that's not a good idea.
You can't trust Defiance with the child.
No.
Okay. I just had a journey psychologically as I came to terms with this. Anyway,
Sabine did show up at Adore's home with Lorelai and is like, this.
Oh, that's what she was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, she said, I have to go arrange for Lorelai's care. So she went back to the safe house. She grabbed Lorelai, took her to Allure and Adore's home, knocked on the door, and was like, hi, this is the kid I'm responsible for. I've got to be gone for like 8 hours. She's very quiet. She likes to read.
I understand we left things in an awkward place.
Yeah. She's extremely polite. She'll be a model house guest. Won't you, Lorelai? And Lorelai was like, yeah, sure. Already reading her book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true, Lorelai. Yeah.
But yeah, canonically, Adore babysat Lorelai for like episode 20 of the finale.
Yeah. Okay. And then we got asked, is Fen like okay? Is verbatim this question. How's Fen doing?
I mean, I am reticent to say that Fen's okay. I mean, Fen is dealing with a very quick succession of his entire life getting turned upside down and his entire perception of reality and what he understood of his relationship with Fee. But like, that's kind of on a back burner. Cause like I said, like Fee is his person no matter what.
Yeah.
So like fundamentally, a lot of things about their relationship don't change.
Yeah.
He didn't miss the shit with Sabine. Like he saw it, but Fen is a good dude and knows when to. All right. Like he's not
Fen is a good dude who's tragically monogamous.
Yeah. Like he's not going to be a bastard about it.
Yeah.
But it's more of he's extremely worried for his dad right now because I think Fen is finally starting to put together the gravity of the situation back in Astraria.
Yeah.
And like just how fucking dangerous of a person Moreland Valsine is. And he's definitely wrestling with the fact that, oh, my father is the person in the entire world that is physically closest with this man at all times. And shit could get so bad for him so fast because of this. Like, I think he's just now starting to wrestle with that, which is why he had that whole exchange with Fee about like I don't care what you ask me to do, I will do it. I just need to make sure that my dad is okay. Because his dad's the last person he has left. I mean, his mom and both of his sisters are dead, so
yeah. Which was intentional. Which was the intentional setup of Fenn's whole thing.
Yeah, is that like, you know, Fenn was going to prioritize his dad for a lot of things because his dad was the only person he had left.
Yeah.
I mean, and he has other people, like he has friends and everything, but I mean, like Kalessa always lands on her feet. Like,
so true. I mean, yeah.
And Kalessa, it for the most part, is thousands of miles away from Astraria at a default anyway, because her dad's the ambassador. So
yeah.
It now comes to mind that Kalessa just left without telling either of her parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're used to it.
I don't think this is the first time. Yeah.
No, yeah, they're used to it. It's fine. They're like, oh, she'll be back in like a few weeks. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Sorry, somebody in the chat just said Catgirl Kalessa real.
I hate you. I don't hate you, but
so true. Oh, jeez. And then we got asked, moving on from Catgirl Kalessa. Oh, the chat. Oh.
Keep going. It's fine.
Okay. Moving on from Catgirl Kalessa. How did finding out that Soren was dead the whole time Leo was trying to contact him change Leo's outlook on the situation?
I mean, it's difficult to say about like in real time because so little time has passed. Like Leo has known this information for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So on one hand, he hasn't had the time to process what that actually means and hasn't had the time to work through what that means. But on the other hand, it has changed everything. It has changed everything. And I mean, his heart is just shattered. Like he is just absolutely broken as a person. Like this is hands down the worst thing that has ever happened to him.
Yikes.
And I mean, it is feeding into the self-blame and the self-loathing that was already pretty bad. Because I mean, I don't think Leo is naive enough to believe that like, oh, Soren just happened to commit treason and die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's that stupid, and I don't think he's that naive. So it has changed everything. It has changed Leo's relationship to the entire situation, especially with how he perceives himself as a moving part in the whole situation.
Yeah.
Not for the better.
Yikes.
Definitely for the worse.
We'll see that in the coming episodes.
Well, even really with as far, because we're 4 episodes into season 2 right now, and like Leo still really hasn't had the time to sit down and
really process it.
And like grieve. He's had no opportunity to go through a grieving process. Even
he's had a little bit of opportunity where we're at.
Yeah. There's one like cathartic moment that we get like kind of early in season 2. But as far as like the practical everyday process of grieving someone you love that has died goes, that gets delayed a lot because of certain issues. So
the stuff happens.
Yeah.
The plot. The plot pushes ever onward.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we are going to get to see that. Like, we are going to get to see the grief process and, like, a lot of the mental and emotional fallout of that. And it's not going to be pretty, but
yikes. Season 2 was going to be fun and lighthearted, we said.
We're 4 episodes in, and so far,
It's been what it's been. Anyway, and then we got asked, why is Fee so quick to trust the Stormbringer without really being given any evidence that she should? I don't know that Fee does trust the Stormbringer. First of all, like not uncritically, at least. Like
she does have some context, I guess.
Like she has some context. The context that she has made it easier. I think at this point in their dynamic, she is kind of like, she is going along with what the Stormbringer says because it is the fastest way for her to get context and for her to get answers, or at least as far as she can tell them. Not really the fastest, but the most efficient. Like,
well, it's the one like route that has proven success, essentially.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Like, there are very few other places she can go to get answers about anything. So far, pursuing the Stormbringer has been the best way for her to figure out what's going on. I don't know that she trusts the Stormbringer as an entity, really. Like I said a few Q&As ago, Fee is in constant dialogue with her god, and sometimes it is not complimentary.
Girl, just get along island.
Just get along island. Suck it up. Yeah, like, I think the dynamic is very much she is cooperating with the Stormbringer at this point. I don't know that it is necessarily a dynamic of trust. I do think it is, to an extent, just kind of like, well, one, just like the faith of being told, of the Stormbringer being the person that told her, yeah, this thing that is a part of you that you have been defining yourself with your entire life does not come from the people that have hurt you. That was a big one that really kind of influenced Fee. And like, how am I going to say this? The comparison to Sabine was intentional and influential on like how Fee thinks about the situation.
Well, and that whole, well, because I think the Stormbringer and Sabine kind of both had a moment with Fee where it was like, they didn't say it like in exactly the same words, but the sentiment was the same. I had them both kind of come to Fee in a manner of like, I am just asking for a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And I think Fee is, I'll read that in a second. I think Fee is very much of the mind that she could get to a point where she trusts the Stormbringer, but it has to be, at least to some extent, reciprocal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think at this point it is very much she is cooperating to get to the point that she needs to be at, and then she will reevaluate and readjust if she needs to. I've said this before. Fee's religious arc is very much intentionally, on my part at least, not based around her god. It is based around community and around finding a space for herself. You know what I mean?
Well, and also kind of like the nature of trust and the nature of faith. True. Yeah. Like, yeah.
But yeah, it's very much less about Fee's personal relationship with the Stormbringer, although that does factor into it. Like, yeah. I don't know if that was coherent. I said a lot of stuff. Okay. And that was kind of our serious questions for the day. So in this last 20 minutes, we have a lot of silly questions. We have a lot of fun questions. And everybody in the chat, feel free to chime in with your own fun questions, because
we're going to burn through these really fast.
Yeah, because they're not going to be long. Oh, and then sorry, somebody said in the chat, Stormbringer voice, no bones about it. You do not belong to Kimrel. Yeah. Yeah. Bad. Anyway.
Season 3 called.
Anyway. Okay, we got to ask, are there bees in Australia, and are they big? There are bees.
There are bees. They are not big. We've established there are dire animals in Australia, but that they are rare and not commonly occurring.
I'm just thinking a bee the size of a cat.
Which I think like throughout a lot of Illyri, it's kind of like the same, where it's like, yeah, there's the occasional dire animal, which like with what we've set up world building wise, evolutionarily kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. There is a place in Illyri where the bees are extremely big.
Yes.
Where everything is extremely big.
Yes.
Where Leo gets chased by a moth for half a mile that has a 5-foot wingspan. Yeah. and we're gonna go there.
And we're gonna go there.
In season 2.
But yeah, in Australia, we've established dire animals are rare, and bees, they do not have dire bees.
No, it's like dire wolves, dire elk, like things like that.
And they're rare. Fuck. Somebody said Mothman.
It's not
real?
Mothman. It's just a moth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mothman without the man.
Yeah.
Just a moth.
Am I a moth or am I a man?
Shut up. We got to ask, do Asturians have lawnmowers? No.
No. They have sheep and goats. Those are the lawnmowers.
Yeah. What do you call the worshippers of Kimmerl that aren't priests? Like the equivalent to someone in our world saying someone is Christian or is Muslim or etc.
We've said Kimmerlite before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been calling them Kimmerlite in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just got a nice ring to it. There's no particular reason for that.
Yeah, it just works. Feels good. Feels good. Feels organic. Is anyone British?
There are no one-to-one comparisons in Compelled. Like we have
British equivalent is what the question said. There are no one-to-one comparisons, first of all. Second of all, we do a British accent for exactly one character.
And it is a bird from hell that speaks with the voice of Sir Patrick Stewart.
We do a British accent for exactly one character, and it is someone's AAC device.
Which is a bird from hell that speaks with the voice of Sir Patrick Stewart.
And we love him. Is anyone lactose intolerant? Ravane.
That makes sense.
Ravane. Yeah, and I think he regrets it every day, but he does not let it define his life.
Selleck is an alchemist. He can get fantasy lactate. It's not hard.
Like, it's fine. Ravane is the lactose intolerant person that just eats a pint of ice cream and says, I'll pay for it later.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I love him. Do they have milk and how?
Cows. In Australia?
Cows. In Australia? Cows.
There are cows. Goats. Sheep. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any Asturian swear words? So
it's mostly the Kimmerl swears, because I would say mostly it's just like fuck, but in Elvish.
Yeah, like that's the thing of we didn't make up conlangs. So the swear words are just swears that we can say in English, but in but the equivalent of those swears in the languages that the characters are speaking. So fuck, but with an Elvish accent.
Yeah. Or like a lot of the Kimmerl swears, like depending on how colorful they get, I bet you can get some like really vulgar ones.
Kimmerl's fucking gut teeth. Ooh, okay. Somebody asked, are there dire cows, like really big cows?
Probably not in Australia.
Probably not in Australia.
Yeah.
Sad. I would assume
that most of the dire animals are like up north, like in the forest, where it's like mostly undeveloped and stuff.
And they're largely not domesticated.
Yeah.
Sad. But there are big cows elsewhere. Oh, and then
are there dire cows, like really big cows? Yeah, somewhere.
That was right. But we got asked a minute ago. Characters most likely to be hashtag gamers. Please reveal.
Leo.
Kalessa.
Leo's not like a hashtag gamer. Like Leo doesn't have a Twitch channel, but Leo has done like a 20-hour Zelda marathon before. Absolutely.
I was very much leaning into the spirit of hashtag gamer and Kalessa.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalessa has the little like.
Kalessa has a Twitch account. She has the cat in your head.
Yeah. And like one of the fucking like robot chairs that like leads you back. Yeah. For sure. Kalessa has a Twitch channel.
I'm glad we both recognize that Kalessa has the energy of the cat ear headband.
Kalessa plays Overwatch. She doesn't like it, but she knows that it makes people give her money. Kalessa Diva mains so true.
Oh, man.
Kalessa Diva mains so true.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Leo just like goes on RPG binges where he like plays Witcher 3 or Zelda for like 20 hours and doesn't eat or get up to pee. Yeah. There's nothing glamorous in it. It's a dark point in his life.
Kalessa League player or Kalessa League anti?
I think Kalessa League player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kalessa plays League of Legends. Disappointing.
I feel like to relate to the youths more, I feel like Kalesa also does like Among Us streams with a bunch of her friends.
Yeah. I feel like Ravane would also be a hashtag gamer, just of the brand where he just destroys games from the inside out. You know what I mean? Somebody asked, would Ravane play Minecraft? Yes, but exclusively those videos where he's like, anyway, I built a 64 by 64 cube of dynamite, and I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to break the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna see how much dynamite explosion it takes to crash my computer.
I feel like Ravane would stream a lot of Bethesda games too. Like, here's how I'm gonna fuck Todd Howard today.
I've gotten into the coding of Fallout 4. You can't stop me.
Come at me, Todd. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the type of hashtag gamer Ravane would be.
Yeah.
Okay, did we have any more questions?
Oh, we did not. We're opening up chat. Oh, jeez. Somebody says Ravane Cyberpunk 2077 hate stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just absolutely demolishing it.
CD Projekt Red let me down, man. I'm such a diehard Witcher fan.
Yeah.
That shit hurt. That shit hurt.
CD Projekt Cyberpunk.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, now that I see what they are as a company, it's extremely disappointing.
Yeah. Anyway. Who would play Undertale and get stuck at the Undyne parts?
I've never played Undertale. I can't answer this.
I'm thinking Mia, because the second Mia runs into something mildly frustrating, they quit. That's Mia's brand. This is frustrating. I am finished now. And then they didn't play it for 6 months.
Yeah, I feel like the extent of Mia's gaming capacity is like Mario Kart. And that's it. They will blue shell you.
In the most threatening way possible.
They will blue shell you.
Mario Kart in the most spiteful way you can play a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And somebody said, Ravane, specifically the Skyrim Monster Factory. 1 billion dragons. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, that's Ravane's brand. Oh, jeez.
I like how we have different types of characters that would be hashtag gamers.
Yeah.
Because with Kalesa, it's like, I've turned this into a career and I'm making lots of money off of it and I'm super successful. Yeah. And with Leo, it's like, you walk into a darkened room and he hisses at you.
With Ravane, it's like, I'm uploading this video at 3 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep and I went insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Level 800 Candy Crush Mia. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Who would play Cookie Run?
Zed.
So true.
Yeah. It's good for the ADHD. You get that serotonin.
We should transition off this topic. I don't know how much more we can talk about video games with our fucking podcast characters.
Oh, but it's fun. Who plays Genshin Impact? Never played it, don't know.
Never played it, don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
I haven't played a new video game. I'm currently like deep in my replay of Dragon Age Inquisition. I am playing with Leo as my Inquisitor, and it's been fun.
Oh, jeez. Please don't let this be a gamers only Q&A. Stop threatening us in the chat, please.
No, God, please.
Other questions, fun questions. Oh, geez. We got very few of the deep questions this week, which I guess is good because it means we're doing our job with the season wrap up. But
oh my God, the fucking season finale's in like 3 days, dog. For the patrons, at least. 4 days for everybody else, yeah.
Sure is. Yay! I feel like my brain's going to melt out my ears.
It's just wild to think that we actually fucking got here. Like,
yeah.
Like,
the
what?
The season's done.
The season is done.
The season's
thank
done.
fuck. But
yeah.
Because, I mean, like, we're having enough issues in season 2 right now. But
yeah. Oh, man.
Describe ideal Rarity date.
Aw. Star watching. Stargazing.
Stargazing. Nighttime picnic.
Yeah.
Nighttime picnic. They go stargazing. There's a nice bottle of wine, soft blanket, charcuterie board. And Ravain reads to her for a little bit. He reads her some poetry. It's very romantic. It's very cute.
Yeah. Rarity. I like Rarity so much.
They're precious to me. They're precious to me.
They are very precious to me. Oh man, yeah. Every day I think about Ravain reading to Verity.
Every day I think I have a fucking like Beauty and the Beast-esque, except reversed, except like not even at all similar idea in my head of Ravain teaching her to read, and it makes me the fucking softest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
Okay. Hi, gamers.
Don't say hi, gamers. That will encourage me.
Sorry, it just came out. It just comes out. We got to ask, what's Fenn's thoughts on kids?
Give me a second.
Okay. We're going to wait for Barry to get back. Just the chat saying, hi, gamer, back at me. Any geeks and gamers in the crowd?
I goddamn hate it here.
Yes.
I hate it here.
Anyway, Fenn's thoughts on kids.
Fenn's thoughts on kids. Fenn is not great with kids.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to relate to them.
That's true.
Because
Fenn about having kids.
Fenn is the baby of the family, so Fenn has had no experience with small children for his entire life.
Yeah.
Fenn's closest experience with small children is Lorelai Shakrana, and
Lorelai doesn't count as experience with children.
Because she's just so much more chill
than
most small children. Fenn's thoughts on having kids? I mean, yeah, like maybe eventually one day. I mean, again, because he's nobility, that's expected of him.
Yeah.
But
kind of saying it as something that will happen eventually. But
he's like, he very much views children as like something that will happen. But like, oh boy, is he not equipped to fucking deal with it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine like Fenn trying to reason with a toddler that's like having a tantrum? Like, oh God, please don't cry. What do I have to give you so that you won't cry?
Fenn Brob, I'm the toddler ASMR.
You are upset. What do I have to do to change that?
Oh, jeez. That's also Fenn and Fuse dynamic.
That's true.
You are upset. What do I have to do to change that?
Yeah.
And then we gotta ask, does Adora have a partner?
I don't know.
Huh.
I had not considered that. I mean, they've been in Gimtarum for a while. I would think he probably has somebody that he's seeing semi-seriously. I have not fleshed out the character of that person, but I think he has someone that he is seeing pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at him. He's not unattractive.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So, Adora probably has a boyfriend. I have not given a lot of thought to who that person is, but...
So true. It's what he deserves. Oh, man. Sometimes we leave gaps in the podcast, and you can fill them with fan fiction.
I mean, we left a pretty big gap with, like, Courage's dad, too. Like, we don't really ever establish in podcast anything that happened there, but give Adora a boyfriend. Live your best life.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Write Adora and always give him arm adventures. But yeah. All right. We've got another
five-ish, 6-ish minutes. So
questions. So I'm still thinking about just the finales this week. Oh man. We we got to figure out exactly what we're doing as far as these Q&As during hiatus, which, by the way, the hiatus is 6 weeks.
Yeah, we've been thinking about doing like shorter Q&As, like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And
opening up questions. Before.
Yeah, it's just like open, like from
from
toe to tip, pretty much. Like yeah.
And like just I know there's a lot of people that it appears there's a lot of people that like backwatch the Q&As that aren't here when they're going on. If you want to email us questions during the hiatus, I think that would be good.
Compelledduel@gmail.com.
Yeah,
just email us
at gmail.com.
Oh, compelledduelpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hit us up.
Yeah, like email us questions or again, like if you're on Patreon and you send us a question, like that's automatically going to get priority. But yeah, we're thinking about doing like shorter Q&As with just open
and just
questions.
To talk about like the production of season 2 as it's going on and
as much as we can. Yeah, we don't really want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But and we're also going to be releasing content during the hiatus. Like we have a lot of playlists that are coming out.
Yes.
We're potentially producing a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
But yeah, lots of thoughts. Sorry, got a notification. But yeah, ouch. People are threatening to show up in our home. Yeah, that's fair.
Our home doesn't have a lot of room. It's a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh, jeez. Ooh, character with the most heinously saccharine pet names for partners.
I mean, Leo calls Zed honey and has been all fucking season.
That's true. I feel like Leo is the most consistent pet namer because he called Soren Darling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Soren also called him Darling.
Yeah, but still. Leo has the most consistently pet named his partners. Oh, jeez.
Mia pet names people a lot.
That's true.
But it's like insultingly pet naming.
Yeah.
it's like Darlin, but like aggressive.
Mocking.
Darlin, but aggressive. And like
Darlin mocking.
Let's see what else that they call people. Champ, Sport.
Yeah.
Slugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I think the answer to that is Mia, but you guys will see that next week.
Yeah. The answer is Mia, but like not.
But like derogatory.
Yeah. But like not in a good way, not in an actual saccharine like sweet pet names way, just in a way of they can't call anybody by their name.
Yeah, because they've called Leo Darlin, Sport.
Yeah.
Champ. They haven't called him Champ.
Oh no, Champ, somebody else. Yep.
Yeah. Bud. Yeah. So I feel like Mia pet names everybody, but it's like insulting low key. Yeah. We can't answer that now.
We can't answer that question. Listen to the episode. I feel like Kalesa also pet names people.
Yeah, because she called Lorelai Babe. Yeah.
Kalesa calls everybody Babe.
Yeah, Kalesa's one of those people that just babes everybody.
Babe. Sorry, somebody in the chat just Mia rolls Leo up in a joint and smokes him. Yeah. Yeah. Kalesa, call me babe, please.
She will.
Yeah.
I mean,
calls everybody babe.
She calls everybody babe.
Babe. Yeah. I feel like if you go with the logic of Kalesa calls her friends babe, Kalesa calling her girlfriend anything is just gonna be.
I still think it's Mia that wins for most pet names, though. It's just not the way that you think it is.
Yeah, but the question was who calls their partner the most like sweet pet names, and that I think is Kalesa or Leo.
Like my little honey bun, my little kumquat. Like
yes,
I don't
exactly.
No, I don't think that's Kalesa though. The fact that Leo honeys anybody means
is a little bit derogatory.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's he's kind of called Zed honey derogatory before. Yeah. When Zed like fucking flunked that, what was it, an int check to like see that the gates were closed. He was like, "What's going on?" And Leo was like, "Zed honey."
Honey. Everybody's really hung up on the word kumquat. My little cabbage.
My little cabbage. I think it is Leo though, just because like I've actually never met anybody that unironically calls their significant other honey.
Yeah.
But I think that Leo's gonna stick with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Leo calling Zed honey is going to be a feature of seasons 2 and 3. Oh man.
Something Zed voice. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like least pet names goes to Fee. I feel like Fee in season 2.
I will relate to my significant others. I will relate to my significant others with their name and a firm handshake. Yeah. I feel like Fee is going to try to be romantic to someone in season 2 and just be like, "Nice to see you, baby." And then both of her partners are going to be like, never do that again.
Never do that to me again. Yeah,
esteemed associate.
Fee voice, esteemed associate. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Fee has never said the word baby sincerely in her life.
Unless talking about an actual infant.
Yeah.
Unless it being like, oh, this is a baby.
Yeah.
Why would
I feel like the closest to a saccharine pet name that Fee is ever gonna get is Dear, and it is an implicit threat. Dear.
If he calls you dear, it's time to get the fuck out. Yeah.
Fee to one of her partners, one of her potential partners, very specifically, Dear, be quiet.
Out. They're both out.
Done. Oh.
If he calls you a pet name, it's a threat.
Yeah. And I love that about her.
If Leo calls you a pet name, it's a display of vulnerability and therefore the highest honor you can get from him.
And if Mia calls you a pet name, it's an insult. Yeah.
So there's your answer.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to do it for us this week.
Yeah,
that was a great question to end on.
That was so good. I just think I'm going to be thinking about Fee voice, esteemed associate, for the rest of us recording this season.
Hey, you. Pat.
Yeah. Fee voice, I am going to kiss you on the face now. Just on the face.
I like that you did the Irish accent subconsciously when you did that.
Shut up.
We can't tell you anymore about it. We're done.
We're out.
Yeah.
Bye, gamers.